Night of many returns on Raw, including the debut of Chad Too Bad and Tex Ferguson, and the Trash Man came back, and I'm not talking about Duke the Dumpsters Drosy. I can't even say his name right, but he came to collect.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
There we go. Fantastic.
Wow.
The look on your face is a look of satisfaction right now. I will say that.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'll say it pretty much right away. It was probably the best Raw that I've seen, and well, since I started doing the show again.
Well, what a way to kick it off. What's up, everybody? This is the Raw After Show on AfterBuzz TV. We have a squad here. Markia McCarty is under the weather, so please wish her well on your social media platform of your choice. But we have a room full of amazing people, not including myself, but these two are. Let's get into it. At Jay Quasso on social media, Jonny Loquasto here with you. The man right there, he is a former Hollywood Heritage Champion for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He's worked for the WWE as well as multiple other companies. We're talking SmackDown, we're talking Raw, we're talking NXT, we're talking internationally. Follow him everywhere at True Hobo. He's the boxcar superstar, the Hobo.
Yeah, glad to be back. It's another Monday night.
It is.
And, yeah, I don't know quite what to say. I'm sort of overwhelmed with the show that I saw. It was a journey.
It's gonna
like
be
a real journey.
It's gonna be difficult to get everything in just over 40 minutes. We're gonna do our best.
We're gonna
we're
do
gonna
our
do
best.
And
maybe take this over.
And also, we're gonna miss Mark Warzeka. I unfortunately had to miss last week for his last show, but you know he's a busy man. And,
Hey, good for him.
Yes.
It's good to see a man leave because he's too busy instead of, being sick of doing the same thing over and over again. He's
true.
moving on
They're
to better
not
things.
mutually exclusive.
Well, that's fair enough.
And a first timer on the Raw After Show. She's been on the NXT After Show before. She's a former writer for Sports Illustrated, for SB Nation, and now she just moved to LA just a couple of months ago. I just met her about an hour ago. Very excited to have her on the show. Follow her everywhere at Nicole Conlan, Conlan. She's Nicole Conlan.
Hello, it's me.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm happy to have
This
you on
is
the
a
show.
much higher, I like the lights, it's a much higher production value than the NXT show.
Well, what studio are you guys in?
I live we're in 3.
Okay.
2, 3.
Well, yeah, this
I
gives us
forget.
a lot more room to, in case a fight breaks out or a melee.
Sure.
Yeah. This is the fight studio.
Exactly, it sure is. All right, so let's get into it. We don't have a lot of time on our hands tonight. So, Kurt Angle hits the ring, and he
Hobo's
apologizes.
helping me with my teeth. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, all right.
You don't have to tell him he's talking.
Yeah,
no
I know.
one saw anything. You still got
Well,
it.
you looked at me.
You still got it.
No, it's
Fine, hold on. Talk amongst yourself.
all right. And she'll be back, everyone. So Kurt Angle hits the ring, and he starts to apologize for last week when he's interrupted by Stephanie McMahon, who had not been on Raw, I don't know, since quite some time.
WrestleMania time.
I'm kind of thinking
Really?
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
that long.
It's been.
And she's not very happy. And it's interesting when she said, you know, how it's embarrassing that you let Shane show up and you let SmackDown destroy everyone on Raw. I don't let that happen on my show. Am I the only person who first thought, like, wait, what do you mean your show? Oh, that's right. She was the...
Yeah.
Boss.
No, I
Yeah.
guess she's still. Granted, she's not there for the day in, day out, but she's definitely put Angle in charge of all this. And then when she runs down exactly how bad things are, you go, all right, this is really bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a virus
Yeah.
plaguing the locker room.
Calling out the Jitus.
Yeah. They, the SmackDown totally jumped him last week. That totally happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. Raw is not in great shape right now. And she held Kurt Angle 100% accountable for all of it. Because, well, to be fair, the buck stops there. Angle should be held accountable for all of it. It's literally his job to make sure that the wheels don't come off the bus. And they're really slipping.
They have to,
We're
yeah.
one lug nut away from this whole show not being on a Monday night.
And they're not going to go round and round those wheels.
They are not.
Nicole, you knew Stephanie was in yelling mode when she was dressed all out in black and the hair was just blown out Diana Ross style.
Yes.
Like, you know it was trouble.
Yes. Now it was so I've had class on Monday nights for the past couple of months, so I missed the past like 2 months of Raw. Now midterms are over and I'm out. I'm
Congrats.
27 years old. This is too old to be in class. It's too old. But I had assumed that she had come back before this one, but I guess no.
No.
Well, technically, she did come down to the ring when Kevin Owens destroyed Vince, but that was on SmackDown.
Right, that wasn't on this show.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first time it was like a very, I don't know. I kind of wanted to be like, why didn't you get, when things started to go bad, why did you wait for them to get so bad? You should have come back sooner. Honestly, just bad management.
Trust the Olympic hero. I mean, that's what, right. She's been gone for over 6 months, which Kurt's been GM for 7 months now, almost.
Something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's got to be right.
And so anyways, she makes him team captain of the team at Survivor Series, Team Raw, and basically she threatens him being fired if they don't win. Following that in the parking garage, she said, if you don't think I'm serious, go ask Mick Foley how serious I am. And we know that she dressed him down in public many a time when he was GM.
Yeah, it's, Mick Foley has always sort of marched to the beat of his own drum, and I think Angle really wants everything to work well, but he just can't figure out how to be management. He knows how to be a wrestler, and, boy, that's kind of the end of his skill set. He's paving new road every single night for himself. He does not know what he's doing, but he's trying really hard.
Well, Nicole, it was surprising enough to see Angle at TLC. Obviously, the meningitis issue caused that. Are you surprised we're going to see him wrestle again at Survivor Series? I mean...
I'm not. I just, I don't know what else the card would be if it wasn't, if he wasn't on it. I don't know who would fill that spot.
Miz. I don't know.
As
Maybe.
team captain, I don't know.
Yeah.
He wasn't involved in any of the shenanigans between Raw and SmackDown. And Kurt Angle later on tonight really nailed him for it.
Sure.
Because he was completely MIA.
Fair enough.
He wasn't there to defend the brand, so he wouldn't be a team captain.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else who's really emerged as a natural leader who would be, the right fit.
You would think the Shield, but...
Can they both do it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a 5-on-5.
Dual team captains, you can't do it. It defies the idea of a captain.
Well, let's take guesses right now. If Kurt Angle's going to lead the team,
Yeah.
so 4 other people, let's say it's a 5-on-5. You got to say Ambrose, Rollins for sure, and
I think
Roman,
so.
or are they going to do is the Shield going to do their own thing at Survivor Series, like 3-on-3 against someone else maybe?
I think they would put Roman in if they did a 5-on-5.
If he's
I think
back.
he'd be in the 5.
Yeah, it's tough because they're the tag team champions as well, and people are starting to get a little upset that those belts are not being defended on pay-per-views, on television. People are getting a little upset because of the last pay-per-view. Somebody really pointed this out. None of the belts were defended.
None at all.
So that's a tough statistic.
To be honest, we're looking at Survivor Series being the same thing because you have, the whole champion versus champion thing, and then the Survivor Series matches. What titles will really be on the line?
Right. I don't know. It's really tough to say.
Yeah.
And that's tough for television, honestly. To write yourself into a corner like this, that's not a great decision.
Well, that's why I wouldn't be shocked if we see a title or two change hands prior to Survivor Series. I was actually shocked the main event ended the way it did tonight, which we will get to.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Speaking of The Miz, though, he has a confrontation with Kurt Angle in the parking lot, and Kurt's not happy that, like you said, he stayed away from the fight last week. He said, guess what? The IC title's on the line tonight. You're a coward. You show up late, and you'll find out who your opponent is in the ring. So, boom. That's that.
Totally fine.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, loved it.
100% honest.
Loved everything that happened with The Miz tonight.
Yeah, I always do. Lately,
He's so good.
He's been the year. 2017, his year.
Yeah.
I think he's secretly been one of the best guys in WWE for a long time,
Oh,
but
sure.
he's so good that you don't realize how good he makes it look so effortless that you don't realize how good he is.
I think they understand his role better now than they have in a long time.
Also true.
I think they know how to utilize him properly. He's a good wrestler. He's a great character, and understanding how to utilize him properly is a skill that a writing team as a whole needs to understand.
Yeah.
And think about this,
tonight,
too. And you wrestled for so many years. In 2017, it's really hard to consistently be booed. And he's one of the only people on that roster that can consistently be booed, trying to be booed.
Yeah.
He's not Roman Reigns, who people are confused. He's not Jason Jordan, where people are like, I don't know. Like, he's supposed to be an a-hole, and he's really good at it, and people consistently boo him. That's very difficult nowadays.
Well, he's got the unique position, and this is all on him, of being somebody either you love to hate or you just hate.
Yeah.
So either way, he wins, because people genuinely don't like him, or they just love to not like him. And it gets the same response. Very negative.
Yeah.
Which is a positive for him.
People in chat are saying that Ambrose and Rollins are already in a match against the Usos at Survivor Series.
Oh, yeah, they are.
When did I...
Yeah, that happened. That's a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
I get hit in the head a lot, so I forget.
And I'm
but
just
yes, that's a thing.
I don't sleep
very
a lot.
stupid.
There's my thing.
So,
So there you go. Champions versus champions. So, yeah. That's
so
gonna
then
happen.
if there's a 5-on-5, then who's in the 5-on-5? Then I think for sure
It's gonna
Reigns
be
is in it.
Roman and Kurt versus 5 people, probably. Who knows?
Well, yeah, I think Balor, maybe.
Sure.
Because he doesn't have much.
Yeah.
Unless Bray comes back.
That's really, it's cooled. That's almost
Yeah.
cooled too much.
Yeah,
We kind of
I
have to
think
hit
so.
a hard restart on that. And
They would have
boy,
to
it
do. I
wasn't
think they'd have to
going
do a lot with Bray in the coming weeks before.
Right. And the way that was
Before it airs.
going, nobody wanted it. It ended up,
Yeah.
this whole illness situation ended up being a blessing for both Bray and Finn. So that they were able to take some time away from each other and both kind of restart, because the direction this was going was not a great one
Well,
for
you could,
either of them.
but you could definitely argue that Kane destroying Balor last week also made no sense whatsoever. So,
No, I stick to my comments last week.
okay.
I'd say he gave it all on Sunday night and lost on Monday night to a guy who was twice his size.
Fair enough.
That makes sense to me.
By that.
Fair enough. Bailey hits the ring. Alicia Fox, this is your captain speaking. She's like, I am too busy being a captain of things. I'm not going to wrestle tonight, but I have someone who will. And Nia Jax comes back. So for everyone who is, saying that she quit and that she walked out, I think that was overblown completely. And for the rumors that, The Rock told her to quit. No, she's back.
Yeah.
And she essentially destroyed Bailey rather quickly. And that was that.
It was pretty back and forth, but Nia's been absent for several weeks now. And I believe it was Alexa herself who said that Nia was just road tired.
Yeah.
It's a tough job. But now she's back, and she looked like
Yeah,
she
she's
was,
rested. She's strong.
Whoa. She was strong when she wasn't rested. Now that
She
she's
looked
rested,
notably better tonight than I had seen her
She
recently.
looks mean.
Yeah.
Just every night she looks mean, but now she's got some fire in her.
And afterwards, Alicia Fox makes Nia Jax her first pick for the Raw Women's team. So there we go. And then as they're walking back up the ramp, Samoa Joe, big surprise, another return, hits the ring, and
Very
then
pumped.
The
Very pumped
worst.
about that.
He has zero respect for anyone or anything. The ladies haven't even left the ring yet.
Right.
They're still settling business. And yet here Samoa Joe comes to thumb his nose right at them. He doesn't give 2 licks about any of their stuff. It is Samoa Joe time.
what I appreciate about this is, he hits the ring, he's been gone for a little bit, Nicole, and you're wondering, all right, what kind of Joe are we going to get? Well, he gives you 3 seconds before he's like, hey, I hate you all.
Yeah.
I mean, he really got his point across quick.
Yeah.
He does hate you.
Yeah.
All of
And
you.
to me, Samoa Joe hates you in the least, in the most sincere way. I really feel like, what did I do to you? He just hates with such force, such power, and I love that from him.
He made it very clear. Stop cheering for me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that. If that's the character that he needs to be, then say it.
Yeah.
Just don't even embrace the cheers. Just get into it.
It's just him. He's terminally pissed. There's nothing that could make him happy.
But that's fair, though. Think about how many years it took for him to get here.
He's the definition of a grizzled vet.
Wow.
I am here to kick ass and screw all of you.
Yeah.
He's like in the great outdoors. He's like the kind of guy that could walk in and finish the old 96er. Because he's that
Okay.
grizzled.
Sure.
Have you seen the great outdoors? Anyone?
Boy, that's,
John Candy, Dan Aykroyd?
That's,
The old 96er, 96 ounce steak?
what year was that?
88? It's a classic.
It was literally the year I was born.
Okay, that's fine. It's still a classic. You're telling me you've had to see a movie.
Oh, I've seen it.
Right.
But that's a Paul.
A grizzly bear jumps on top of a door.
Yep. Yeah. No, I know. I know.
You said grizzled, and that's what I thought.
Yes.
So there's that.
You went from grizzled to grizzly.
Yes.
Got it.
And steak, and a steak for some
Got
reason.
it.
There's a lot of, you know why? There's a lot of gristle on the steak.
Sure.
Grizzled, gristle, grizzly.
This is a flawless comparison, I think.
Wordplay, y'all. It works.
Drop the mic.
Next, Samoa Joe destroys Apollo and then destroys Titus. So
Apollo did a pretty good job holding up his end of the bargain.
He did.
He had a lot of good offense, but Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe.
He's large.
Oh, he's large and he knows how to move.
Yeah.
That's worse. That Uranagi was the game changer.
oh boy, he's good at that.
Bounced him like a basketball. Brutal.
I'm glad no one else does the Uranagi because no one's gonna do it better than him.
Absolutely not.
No, actually, there's somebody at NXT who does an Uranagi, but it's not quite the same.
Ooh.
Lars Sullivan.
Oh sure, yes he does.
But that's not a human being.
I wouldn't tell him not to do anything.
Yeah. Ooh.
He is wow.
Yeah.
He's Lenny from Mice and Men. For sure. So Miz finds out his opponent is going to be Matt Hardy, and Matt gives us a few little delete signals, which we appreciate. This is a really good match. Matt Hardy nailing the moonsault, nailing the twist of fate, the side effect, and I'm like, oh my god, this is going to actually happen. But no, Skull Crusher finale, Miz wins.
He hit everything.
Yeah.
That was everything.
And Matt Hardy, not a young man.
Nope.
No.
Got to be careful with those bones.
I think he drinks his milk.
Neither one of them, him or Jeff, have never really been that careful. Especially Jeff is Gumby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff is just made of cartilage, like a shark.
Yeah.
Doesn't have actual bones.
You might be
Funny,
right.
It keeps moving. He never stops.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what did he injure this?
A rotator.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's surgery.
But either way, I mean, you have to have so much respect for the Hardys. Like Matt, like you mentioned, just gets out there, and to the Miz's credit, he gets beat up.
Yeah.
He took everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I am really surprised that there wasn't more intervention by the Miz Taraj to actually get the influence to the win over Hardy.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised. I mean, it was a clean-ish win by the Miz tonight.
Yeah, they were the posse was on good behavior.
More or less.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, just barely walked away with it.
Yeah.
Which, Nicole, we bring it back to the Miz. I mean, if we have slamming time, whenever that might be, he's gotta be on the list for Superstar of the Year, right? They can't overpass that. I'm sure Roman's gonna win again, but.
No.
I mean, he's on my list. He's done the most interesting, fun stuff for me all year.
I mean, up until a few weeks ago, Neville was without a doubt my Superstar of the Year, but unfortunately, I don't know if he's coming back. So,
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, who's done more than the Miz this year? Just
Nobody.
For me, just everything. This was months ago now, but everything that happened with the grandfather clock, I was like, oh, this is my guy. If you can make that not the worst thing ever, you're my guy.
And I think if you added up airtime, it wouldn't surprise me if he had the most airtime this year.
I believe that.
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah, week after week, he's, I don't want to say the central focus, but he's holding it all together.
Right, because you put a mic in his hand, you know he's going to carry
Yes.
whatever it is he has to carry. You know, and yeah, we'll see how the year plays out. But once again, kudos to The Miz. Great match with Matt Hardy as well. Alexa Bliss and Kurt Angle have a moment backstage. Kurt was not happy that she ran away during the Under Siege last week. And he said, you know what? You're in the main event tonight. Your title's on the line against Mickie James. And I'm like, hell yeah, main event, ladies. Let's go. And I thought the title was going to change hands. And now,
I did too.
Yeah, I did too. I really did.
which we'll get to it. I want to get your analysis on that when we get to the main event for sure. Asuka, following up, she defeats Stacey Cullen, I believe probably a local talent out of Baltimore, Maryland. And yeah, Asuka-ing.
Well, everybody wanted an Oscar squash, so you got it. Are you happy? Are you happy you saw a young girl
Yes,
get knocked
I'm happy.
the hell out? Like, oh my god.
I'm just shocked that Asuka's back. I mean, obviously she has been for a little bit now, but I thought that injury was going to take her out a lot longer than it did. And I don't know if it was just an excuse to get her out of NXT,
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Bill called it.
Yeah.
It was like, this is just a way to get the title off her. She
I
has to
think so.
relinquish until they can move her up. And that's exactly what happened, because the next episode after they mentioned it was never mentioned again.
Yeah.
Nobody
Because they
a
said
damn
broken
thing.
collarbone, right?
Oh, it wasn't broken. It was,
thought it was rotator.
Dislocated or something.
yeah, it was I think a shoulder,
AC joint or something.
something, yeah.
I
But
mean-
not the end of the world.
The positive is, though, you know, on commentary, you can brag about how she's been undefeated and still has never lost a match in WWE.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
I mean, and you see why tonight.
Yep.
She's got more tools in her box than people could ever dream of acquiring
She's
over the
so
course
good.
of a career. And she's deadly, dangerously accurate. Ask this girl. Stacy felt it.
And she's got she knows exactly who she is. I mean,
Yes.
when she smiles, and they even mention it on commentary, it's a terrifying smile, but it's also beautiful at the same time. Like, beautiful. You're like, oh no, she can kill me.
Yeah.
It's a poisonous insect. Boy, look at it fly. Don't let it fly over here.
Yeah. So clearly Survivor Series, you know, she's just going to kind of float around. Maybe she'll be on the women's team, which will eventually set up something. I don't know. I mean,
I'd like to see her on the women's team. I don't know how well she'd play with others. You know?
Right. That could be an interesting opportunity for her to showcase herself against literally everyone.
Yeah.
9 other people. If she just decided to go absolutely berserk, she could take out 9 people in one stroke.
Yeah.
Sure.
And prove her point. Like, it may not lead to a win on her part, but at least for a moment it would be, oh, no one is ready for this.
Definitely.
now this is when stuff starts to get real weird. Kurt Angle is backstage on his phone, and he texts high. He really, you know,
Well, his
Yeah.
neck is bad, so he can't
that might be a good.
look
Oh.
down too much.
Well, out of
Wow,
nowhere.
that works. Good job.
Thank you.
Actually, it's a pretty good idea. Out of nowhere, Daniel Bryan shows up. Kurt is mad, and he said, you know what, you might get beat up if I put you out there. You're staying here. I'm leaving. Don't go anywhere. And obviously, it didn't go well. Daniel gets on the phone, and I don't know who he's talking to, but he said, yeah, it didn't go well. Kurt's kind of mad. And all of a sudden, the lights go out, and it's very Halloween-y.
Yep.
And then it gets even more Halloween-y. Because it's gotta be Kane.
It was. At least we assume it was. There was a shape. It was dark.
It was a mask.
There was a crash. That was it.
No, you saw his face.
Did you?
Oh yeah, you saw Kane's hair and mask face thing.
Could have been Braun. Could have been. We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he chokeslammed Daniel Bryan, then got back in the garbage truck.
Yeah.
Entirely possible. But I mean, it's interesting to see Daniel Bryan in a physical altercation.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't see it, but do you think this will now cause Daniel Bryan to say, "Okay, Shane, now I'm on board"? I'm assuming that's what this is going to be.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's going. All I know is either there was or will be a match where Daniel Bryan and Kane team up in the future. I
Interesting.
don't know if that has any possible bearing on what we're seeing, but I know that is a thing.
Against who?
I don't remember. It was for Glenn Jacobs' mayoral run. I think it was a fundraiser or something, and Kane was teaming with Daniel Bryan.
Recently?
Yeah.
But Daniel's not allowed to.
Outside of WWE.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. Which he
Interesting.
can, and he
Oh, no.
might be looking into the possibility of
Oh yeah,
expanding his
we-
horizons.
we all know he's chomping at the bit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, this is pretty cool. Daniel Bryan showed up on Raw. The crowd went nuts. He gets chokeslammed apparently through a table. We didn't see it. And then Kane, Seth Rollins, a whole bunch of stuff happens. Sheamus and Cesaro were down there. It leads to Kane tombstoning. Tombstoning? Tombstoning
Yes.
Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, even though Dean gets dirty deeds in on him. Bottom line is Kane has now defeated Finn Balor and Seth Rollins 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, he's got some momentum.
You sure?
Yeah. No, pretty positive about that one. Hard to argue the opposite.
Yeah.
Really.
It's the old school Kane music. You know that means trouble.
I guess. I would have to assume.
Yeah.
He's really on a hot streak. So.
Interesting as to why, considering Braun Strowman. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Kane defeating Seth Rollins?
Well. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's on a hot streak. We'll
Yeah.
see where it goes. I don't know how much legs this storyline has. I don't know how long they can keep pushing it before it's just like repeating the same over and over again. But we'll see if he teams up with Daniel Bryan. That could be interesting.
And also, speaking of Kane defeating Finn did come back this week and defeated Cesaro with not the coup de grace, a coup de back of the neck.
It was a coup de grace, but modified to the back of the neck.
Yeah. Which, so yeah, those two incredible. I
That
mean,
match was
massive.
insane.
I will say, as
Really
a
amazing.
heterosexual female, this was my favorite match of the week.
As a heterosexual male, it probably was my favorite match of the week as well.
Yeah, wonderful.
Make it 3.
Yeah, I mean, you put these two in the ring, you can't go wrong. You're going to get crazy stuff from Cesaro. And I love the fact that this was a different kind of finish. I mean,
Yeah.
coup de grace to the back of the head. Good God.
I mean, he's finished people with that before. I mean, when you got a guy like Cesaro who's, called the Swiss Cyborg, he just keeps getting up. You can't keep him down long enough to actually hit the proper coup de grace. But you keep working on that neck consistently, and by the end of the night, it's going to actually affect him and keep him down 100%.
Right.
Yeah. I would almost rather see this than the coup de grace for sure.
With these two wrestlers, yeah, definitely.
Right.
I've never been a big fan of the double stomp off the top rope. I think it's just dangerous all the way around.
I mean, it's complicated.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
I know. I'm just saying.
Check
Just my
out
opinion.
Sister Show. It's Complicated right here on AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah, we don't know what it's about.
No.
But it's complicated.
Yeah. We talked to the hosts of that show before we started our show, and it seemed complicated.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan is then next being taken away on a stretcher, and Devon cameo.
They were very concerned about that
Yeah,
stretcher.
the
also.
stretcher, yeah. It's a rental.
Be careful with that gurney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to
Okay.
rent this. We got to bring it back. Jamie Noble appearance. I haven't seen him in quite some time.
No, the last time we saw him was, who was looking for a partner? Was it Miz or somebody was looking for a partner backstage? He's found Noble and
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time.
But great seeing Noble, great seeing Devon. Unfortunately, Daniel Bryan being taken away in a stretcher. But this is, it's going to add to the plot leading up to Survivor Series. So at this point, Miz and the Miztourage, they go back to locker room area and they're going to hang out and have a good time, whatever. He finds a bag of garbage, and right away he starts thinking, this is so paranoid. He goes, oh no, it's garbage. Braun Strowman's back. And I'm like, huh?
That's a long walk.
Yeah, what if someone just had a couple of drinks and food and decided to put it in a garbage bag?
Yeah. What if somebody was trying to rib you?
Or that.
Like,
Yeah.
you're garbage. Here's a bag. Like, I don't know. He's nervous.
Very nervous with the boys, and he said, Braun Strowman's here. We got to get out of here. But not before. Now, this could easily be a favorite match of the night. Not quite yet, but pretty close, though. We have the Halloween match, y'all. We got Heath Slater and Rhino as Santa and
Mrs. Claus.
Sure.
It's Tex Ferguson and Chad Too Bad versus Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
And
get it right.
You can't go wrong with this match.
It was
no.
great.
It was amazing.
A lot of pumpkins.
There were there had to be more than 20, right?
Oh, yeah, around the
sure.
ring. It was a
Easily
lumberjack
more.
pumpkin
Some
match.
WWE PA had to carve all those pumpkins today. That takes forever. Have you carved a pumpkin? I get halfway
I
through
have.
carving a pumpkin,
I
and then
give
I'm
up.
like, you know what? It's not worth it.
I've never finished carving a pumpkin.
Never.
My
Somebody had to
pumpkin-
carve 20.
Yeah. Or
And there were
maybe-
like 2 really good ones, and then you could see the point when they were like, we just have to get these pumpkins done, and then it was like flat mouth
It's
pumpkin.
for numbers. It's a numbers game.
The one pumpkin had that that emoji where like the eyes were like very dead and it just had the been a rough day. The pumpkin survived though.
Yeah.
A lot of them did.
Yeah, I will say, given the number of pumpkins in the ring, I expected there to be more pumpkins.
I wanted to see a spot where they just stack up all the pumpkins on top of each other and somebody gets power bombed
that
into
would've
it.
been cool.
Boy.
Yeah.
This was much needed comedy in this episode. This
Yeah.
episode was pretty intense. And then you had Chad Too Bad and Tex Ferguson.
Just beating each other with sticks.
Yeah, they did that. Or a lot of that.
And why did Rhino look so good at makeup?
That he commits.
Yeah, somebody
He's
watched
wearing,
a contouring tutorial.
Yeah.
He's wearing leggings.
Someone hopped on YouTube.
He stole somebody's underpants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He got the costume right down to the underwear.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, that's commitment. That is why Rhino is as good as he is.
Yep.
And why he's been working as long as he has.
And speaking of commitment, Luke Gallows unfortunately got the pumpkin backwards on his head.
Yeah, and he thought he won.
He thought that. Carl, oh,
He heard
God.
the kaboom, the earth-shattering kaboom, and he assumed that it was his partner actually getting one up on Mrs. Claus. But Mrs. Claus
Got one
really
up on him,
turned it
yeah.
around on Chad Too Bad.
Look, I would assume that Chad Too Bad was going to put someone through a table, too. I can't
Yeah.
blame him.
Yeah.
But no,
It's
it-
the hair.
Yeah.
There was a point. Who got pied? Who got a pie to the face?
That was Tex. Tex got a Baltimore cream pie.
He got a
delicious.
Baltimore cream pie to the face. Even the announcers were like, "Man, I feel like it should have been a pumpkin pie."
Yeah.
Nobody followed through with the pumpkin.
It's tough.
If someone threw a Baltimore cream pie in my face, I would just quit the match and eat the pie.
Yeah.
That's like, sorry, Tex.
I don't know. Have you ever had? I've had Boston cream pie. I've never had Baltimore cream pie. That sounds. I don't know.
Yeah,
Boston
you're right.
cream pie is a Boston cream pie with more heroin in it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like it. Never mind.
Yeah, see?
Changed my mind. I forgot.
It's
I
the
forgot.
pie that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Gives you the real itis.
Moving to back, yes, it does. Moving backstage, Miz is now yelling at Sheamus and Cesaro about Braun Strowman coming back. They say you're crazy, you're paranoid, what's the matter with you? And he's like, all right, well, just, stick around. They're like, nah, you're on your own. They bounce too.
Yeah.
Then he also, doesn't that with Kane too? He says, yeah, he talks to
Yeah,
Kane.
at some point here.
Kane's
I think Kane's first. I don't know. There was a ton of segments tonight.
So many
There's
segments.
like literally 9 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is 3 more than average. And just they spent like their whole writing everything on this
It was
episode.
fun
just
stuff.
trying to make this work.
So Kane tells Miz he's also on his own as well. Moving on, Elias starts to sing a song about Jason Jordan, about how he smashed the guitar over his shoulder, all that stuff. Jason Jordan comes down, chases him out, and smashes the guitar himself, and Elias is sad.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah, doesn't make sense. He destroys the guitars all the time. He uses it as a weapon. I don't know why he was sad about this
destroyed
one.
2 or 3 himself.
Yes.
And then Jason Jordan stomps this one, and Elias's reaction is, yeah, this is how it looked after I hit you with it. So nobody cares.
Yeah. Very few stakes to that guitar smash.
Good. So nobody cares about that.
Maybe
Not
that
even
was
the
a
guys in
special
it
one.
care about it.
Maybe it was he brought that one from home because he didn't think he was going to have to smash it.
I wish you
That's
both
a
weren't
special
so
one.
right.
Yeah, it's tough.
I want to try to argue with you both, and I don't have an argument.
Yeah. Just
They-
not a lot of good motivation in that.
This is just another storyline that they are trying to make work.
I mean, Elias and Jason Jordan, they're both really talented individuals. I mean, they
Yeah.
both have the kind of, like, look that you want to have on television.
But why are they beefing? What is the reason? Not even they can figure it out.
Just, I mean,
Like, you guys have to fight. Oh, well, okay. We'll
I mean,
fight then.
Yeah.
Here, hit him with some vegetables. Okay, you hit
there's
him with
lettuce.
vegetables.
Oh, God, the
you hit him
lettuce.
with a guitar and then you smash it the other night. Okay, I guess I'll smash my guitar. And,
I mean, Jason
you'll
Jordan has a
smash it.
motive. He got hit with a
Yeah, he
Guitar.
got hit with a guitar. But why did the vegetables happen?
But why does it matter that Jason smashed his guitar when he smashes his guitar?
Sure.
It's not a precious item. Back in NXT, it was his precious thing. No one could touch the guitar. He
Yeah.
never smashed the guitar. I believe it had a name, though I can't remember what it was.
I mean, with Amazon Prime nowadays, I get your guitar tomorrow.
Yeah. So it fell real flat.
Yeah.
No one cared. Tough.
I don't have an argument.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I'm just going to give up and move on.
Okay.
The Miz is on his way out with the Miz Taraj. Angle stops him at the pass in the hallway, and he says, oh, no, you're staying until the end. You showed up late already. You were tardy. You're not going to leave early. You're going to stay here until the very end, or else.
Dun, dun, dun!
There you go. So they have to stay. Moving on, one of the most enjoyable Enzo segments I can remember in
Loved
quite
it.
some time, probably because it was Drew Gulak was involved.
Yeah.
Man,
Enzo
he's
hits
good.
the ring. Drew Gulak, oh boy, yes,
See, nobody but us really understand that he's actually
right,
kind of a comedic genius. But
right.
I don't think there's a
now-
kind of about it.
Well, yeah, no, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's the lame white guy.
Yes,
And that's, boy, did he bring that to the table.
he sure
Yeah.
did.
What a
Spades.
promo. Levels to it.
He spelled soft correctly.
Yeah.
SOFT. Stuff.
And here's the best part about him is like, yeah, he's really funny, but man, in the ring, the dude is a submission specialist.
Unbelievable.
I loved calling his matches when he was tagging with Timothy Thatcher for us. And didn't you guys have matches with him?
No,
Friendship
we never
Express?
did. We never did.
Really?
They got called up, or he did, before we were in the tag scene.
That's right. They lost the titles to Cold Cold World, and then
Yes.
y'all got
We
them
beat
from...
Cold Cold World.
Man.
Yeah.
That would have been...
Yeah, we missed out a little bit. But
That would have been
That's
fun.
all right.
But calling their matches was like... When Gulak is like deadly serious, it's fun, because you don't know what submissions. He's so quick.
He's mean in the ring.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
You get to see it on 205. He is brutal.
But him doing this, though, is astronomically amazing for him as a wrestler, because people are really seeing... Because for the longest time, everyone looked at Drew Gulak, they're like, oh, here's just the boring white guy with no personality. And guess what? He's now funnier than Enzo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd say is as funny, but it's just completely different. The two are oil and
They're
water.
perfect when they play off each other.
Gabba Gulak, oh my god. That was...
But, yeah, Kalisto had his number tonight. As good
Yeah.
as he is, as we've seen him, tonight was not his night.
No, Kalisto defeated him rather quickly. Enzo attacked with the Eat Defeat afterwards. So, obviously, that's continuing.
So fast. All the moves so fast in this match.
Yeah.
That's Kalisto for you.
I loved it.
He can beat you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But Drew Gulak, man, he nailed it.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah.
see
They
how
gave
much
him
fun.
a chance. They said, here's the mic. You're on live TV. Out of the park.
And he's been like that for a number of months when he was doing the no-fly zone. And, you know, in CZW, he used to do, it was Drew Gulak for a better CZW.
Yeah, let's make CZW great again.
Yeah, where like he didn't want violent matches anymore. And, like,
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, only it's just amped up, and it's so cool when guys get opportunities and they knock them out of the park.
Yeah,
Like someone like him deserves to have this chance, and really happy for him.
for real.
Also, if you didn't see his Halloween costume, get on social media.
It's disturbing.
He's the most convincing Sasha Banks I've seen in a long
I thought it was
time.
great. And they streamed it live on Facebook, and he just very casually went, yeah, I love Halloween. Just completely sincere. Loved it.
Here's my question. Where do you get the trunks that fit? I mean, those are
don't.
very...
They may have been hers. I mean, they're pretty stretchy. There
Yeah.
was not much left to the imagination,
Yeah.
Johnny. They were tight.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, The Miz, he's mad. They're hanging out backstage. He's upset. They want to call the driver. As soon as Raw's over, we're out of here.
Yeah.
Did I miss anything? That was pretty
Nope,
much
that was it.
Oh,
That really was it.
So, main event time, y'all. Alexa Bliss, Mickie James. So excited to see, these two women headlining Raw. I really thought Mickie James was going to win this title, and all of a sudden, bam, Natty, Mickie, cool, Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, I'll start off with you. Your thoughts about this match overall and how it ended.
Overall, really cool. I truly thought Mickie was going to win up until the very last moment. And then I was not only surprised that Alexa Bliss won, I was so shocked that that's how she won it, especially after like 6 amazing, cool moves from Mickie James. Mm-hmm. That like looked like they hit so much harder than Alexa's finisher.
Yeah.
It's the match to me, watching it from a professional standpoint, I think Mickie James really took Alexa Bliss to task.
Yeah.
And it was a showing of a true veteran wrestler with somebody who is good, becoming better, but not quite on the level
Yeah.
with Mickie James.
Sure.
She was having to chase down Mickie James. Mickie James was almost consistently a step ahead of her the entire match, and I don't understand how Alexa was able to pull out a win like that in the way that she did. I can understand a knockout, but she is not a knockout artist.
No, Alexa Bliss has never been advertised as such, like the Big Show was, for example, when he was doing the WMD for a while.
She's got a hand like a
Has she done that anymore?
Never.
Or not anymore, ever?
She's hit some really strong forearms, but
think
never
so.
to defeat
I
anyone.
couldn't remember her defeating anybody with a strike before.
She has not.
My only guess is, I mean, they must have been really short on time.
I think so, because they knew that they had to get this ending to the episode of Raw. But
they went real long tonight too.
Right.
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. This is something that's gonna.
there was something
talked
fishy.
about for a
It was
while.
weird.
I really hope that,
we
you
know, and we know, we don't know, and we don't know what was supposed to happen.
Sure.
All we know is what did happen, and we will forever be curious about this match.
And I'm really hoping this doesn't take Mickie out of. Well, obviously she'll probably be on Team Raw, I would assume.
It's gotta be.
But I don't know. I hope it doesn't take her out of title contention because I think her and Alexa have really put on, to me, the most enjoyable program since Alexa won the title.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. What's next for Alexa? After beating Mickie James this bad, Mickie James has no claim to the championship now. None. She got knocked the F out.
Yeah.
She lost 3 matches now, huh?
She's done. Back in the line. And
So who are we making way for?
Asuka.
If
That's the only thing I can think.
Well, unless Nia Jax wants to stick around.
But Nia's good at beating him when it doesn't count, but somehow she always manages to fall short when it actually counts.
Sure.
Yeah,
So-
I can't see Nia winning it. Asuka's the only one that makes sense, but that's another one that would be surprising to me. Just because I don't know that WWE has her back the same way that the fans do. But I don't know. But I don't know who else. Asuka makes more sense to me than Nia Jax.
I would like to see it be a long thing. Asuka's obviously going to win at some point. I'd like to see it maybe last all the way to WrestleMania somehow. Like,
Yeah.
maybe Alexa gets like her own version of Diesel, which obviously was Nia Jax at one point, or something to where she continually sneaks away with the title for months and months and months, leading up to WrestleMania.
It's what she's done up to now.
Sure.
Right now, because she knocked somebody out with a right hand.
Yeah.
That was not a running away.
Hobo's getting
and
so passionate, he's
destroys
slowly pushing me out of frame.
everything. I get bigger and bigger the
We're just gonna
louder
fall
I
down
get.
I don't know. I mean, I just, I'd rather not see, Asuka shows up and a couple weeks later, all of a sudden she's champ. I would like to have it, let's stretch it out a little bit.
Yes. No. I
It
agree.
feels just too soon to me.
Because there were, there's so many, the women's division on both shows have had so many different flip-flops as far as titles and
Yeah.
everything. It'd be, I think Alexa, she's entertaining. She's a really good character, great on the mic. And it's kind of fun seeing her as champion, thinking she's better than everybody else.
How long has she had the title now?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah. Not sure.
3
Chat
months.
would know.
Oh, a while.
I'll find out.
Let me. It's tough to say. I think Asuka is probably the greatest threat that Alexa Bliss could possibly face, simply for the Asuka lock, where
Yes.
there is no escape.
Yes.
Like everyone else's finisher is you get hit and you can kind of escape. But the Asuka lock is, if she has you, you have no way to get out.
Yeah.
There is no place to go. And Alexa's too small to carry both her and Asuka
Yes.
to the outside of the ring. It would be impossible for her to actually beat Asuka.
And I'm just thinking in
As far
terms
as
of
I
like
can
all
see.
the other tools that that Asuka has in her tool belt. Like I just don't know how Alexa can defend against almost any of them.
Yeah. Well, maybe
but-
she busts out that right hand.
Yeah.
Looks like she won the title August 28th.
So more recent than I thought.
Yeah, she lost at the Survivor Series and then got it back 8 days later. And so it's been just over. See, there's so much television. 2 months seems like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
exhausting.
Yeah.
But after the main event, you see the Miz taking off. They're in the limo. But it's not going anywhere. Oh my God! It's a garbage truck backing in. They try to get out, like you mentioned. Child locks are on. They can't get out of there, and
Damn child locks.
those damn child locks. The back of the garbage truck begins to ascend, and the garbage just flows out like a river. And who stands up like the Swamp Thing? Braun Strowman.
Which, quick side note, the garbage trucks are designed to compress stuff. So that means that Braun Strowman was inside the garbage truck actively pushing up against
Yeah, he could do it.
a trash compactor.
Yeah, he could
sure.
do
I mean, he
that.
flipped an ambulance. So
Yeah. I mean, we all saw him get dumped in there and scooped up and
yeah.
squished. I mean,
Well, then he
course he-
proceeds to
Yeah.
just, I mean, you guys saw it. We have to wrap up soon, but he tosses them all over the arena, and then Curtis Axel gets 19 power slams.
So many over and over again.
I mean,
And then I thought he was going to carry him out of the ring backstage and, I don't know, roast him on a spit or something.
yeah,
but then he went through the
eat him.
table.
He's
Yeah.
quite hungry.
Oh, yeah, right.
He's been in the trash for a long time.
Yeah.
Then through the table.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then meanwhile, Miz and Bo just swim away.
Yeah, they sort of army crawl out of the ring.
Yeah. Man.
And then their friend is dead.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody was into this.
And I
Yeah.
enjoyed your comment. You're like, I bet Braun must stink right now.
He was in a trash, at least a trash like dump for 2 weeks straight.
Febreze
We don't
is a
know what
thing.
he ate. He probably I don't
Rats.
Think about it. Rats,
Just rats.
raccoons.
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like surviving on the streets.
I mean, yeah, but
not in
listen.
it.
I
Yeah.
avoid the dump because there's nothing fresh in the dump
Yeah.
except for Braun Strowman.
Either way, it's official. Braun Strowman is officially a 1980s movie villain, and it's
He
the coolest
rose
thing
from
ever.
the trash like the
I loved it.
Terminator.
Yeah. I'm so glad they're going with this, with Braun just being superhuman. It's the coolest, funniest, awesomest thing ever.
Yeah.
And people
He
love it.
fits the part. He looks it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Anyways, we got to end the show right now. So, yes, let's all put ourselves over. Nicole Conlan, go.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Nicole Conlan and on Instagram at the Nicole Conlan. That's what I got.
Great.
Okay.
Boxcar Superstar.
Yeah, at True Hobo on the Twitter and the Instagram. I'll be making my return to Arizona pretty soon. You should
Nice.
be excited about it. I believe it's the 18th
Of November.
November.
That's our next taping. I'll be out of town, unfortunately, but yeah, that is the next taping.
Yeah, so that'll be good.
And we crown the new Arizona champion over the weekend. Won't see who it is,
Oh,
but
I can beat him.
things are happening. I
can
believe you
beat
can.
him. Yeah,
I believe you can as
I
well.
beat him before.
See?
Ooh.
Follow Marquia McCarty at Marquia McCarty. Tony, where can people follow you?
You can
Okay.
sorry about that. You can find me everywhere at Tony B Dead, TonyBDED.
Nice. That's pretty cool. Follow me at Jay Quasto. Of course, my comedy album, QuastoAlbum.com, made the Billboard Top 10. If you haven't gotten it yet, you should. And the Wrestling and Padre Slamcast. We have a new home as of this week, and we also have a Patreon out, so hit me up on social media. I tell you all about that. Otherwise, guys, Detroit, next week, November 9th to 11th, I'll be at the Comedy Castle. So if you're in Detroit, come out and see me. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. We love you. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.